गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Most revered and honorable Chief Guest of the day, Professor Dr. Sanjeev Sancheti, Vice Chancellor, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, and our staff members working in SRM Institute of Science and Technology, our security force, and other invitees. Really, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome our chief guest on this occasion. During this COVID-19 pandemic period, he accepted the invitations and gracing this occasion to deliver the Independence Day address. We have gathered here to celebrate the 74th Independence Day and to express our gratitude to our senior citizens who sacrificed their life for getting the independence from the Britishers. After the independence, our nations, they have improved in almost all the fields, particularly in the field of engineering. They have done a lot on the space work as well as information technology. And moreover, after independence, people have given a lot of opportunity to educate themselves from the elementary school to the higher educations. So we are very fortunate to be born in the independent country and we are enjoying the life. With this, I extend a warm welcome to all the other dignitaries who have come over here and our employee staff members. Once again, I welcome you all on this occasion. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Vaidyanathan. My dear faculty members, staff members, distinguished invitees and guests, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly for this particular year in this celebration, the COVID warriors. Vanakkam, Namaskar, and good morning to everyone. On this occasion of 74th Independence Day of our nation, my heartiest greetings to you all and to the entire SRM-IST family and entire SRM group. आप सबको स्वतंत्रता दिवस की ढेर सारी बधाइयाँ एवं शुभकामनाएं। इनिया सुगिंतरा दिना वलन तो कल। Friends, it was on August 15, 1947, precisely 73 years back. We are celebrating the 74th Independence Day, but 73 years back, our country, after a long struggle, realized the dream of a truly independent India and freedom from the clutches of external rule, as was mentioned, the British rule. Many of our forefathers, freedom fighters and leaders fought for it and sacrificed their lives too. Today, we are here to salute them, to remember them for giving us this opportunity to live in a free and vibrant and our own India. We bow our heads to them. Friends, it is now for us and our youth to imbibe the spirit of independence in 1947 and continue to build upon the path of values our freedom fighters so valiantly fought for. It is a day to unite all of us, all Indians. Today, we should also recognize and remember and honor all our leaders, every individual and every citizen of India who post our independence have contributed to make it rich and diverse in terms of faith, caste, creed, religion, culture, food, history, heritage, technology, leadership, and several other attributes. And today, in this particular year, the COVID warriors do get a special mention because they have contributed to our survival. In this particular year, they have fought against all odds. They put their lives at risk and making sure that we still live in a free India, though there are certain limitations because of COVID. So today, we live in an India which is extremely diverse, yet progressing rapidly and confident to take on the world. As we know, we are dealing with sternness, we are dealing with clarity whenever it comes to an international issues, particularly I'm making mention of the little issues which we are having with our neighbors. We know that we have succeeded on many fronts like space, defense, power, nuclear programs, and of course on the biotechnology and the areas dealing with the human health, but we equally know that we need to do a lot of new things. As a country, we have a long way to go to fight some of our ills like poverty, corruption, ill health, cleanliness, and environmental aspects as we work towards the overall growth, overall good, and overall happiness of our country and country's men and women. Friends, education is the foundation and key to achieve all that is required, all that I was trying to share with you just now. So educating our young population, our youth is our USP at SRM. We at SRM can mainly contribute our might in the fields of education, technology, medicine, law, agriculture, architecture, management, pharmacy, nursing, innovation, entrepreneurship, and also in sports. Government has started focusing on education in a big way, at least in last few decades. And as a result, you probably know that almost 20 days back, a new education policy has been released, which we call it NEP 2020. This is yet to be implemented, but we are deliberating on it in a very, very big way. Very soon in SRM also will have an open session for our faculty and students to learn more about what NEP has in its potential, and hopefully we'll all gain from that and start implementing that. So there are many things which are happening in the education sector, and it actually provides a level playing field for us, particularly the self-financed institution, as a lot of investment will come into our fold. We will also be treated at par with the government institutions in certain cases. Our gross enrollment ratio would increase. We will get more autonomy to start more new courses with our own nomenclature. We will be able to deliver more student-centric education. We will have a national research foundation which will help us with the research funding. We can do 3-year and 4-year degree programs. We'll have for our students multiple entry and multiple exit system. We'll also be working on a scheme called Academic Bank of Credits, and that will help the students to make it student-centric. We'll improve upon the internationalization as many new types of programs will be allowed to be started. And then of course there is going to be a unification of regulations at the central government level where the councils will be merged, and there are so many other things. All in all, there will be better amenities and facilities for our research also. So NEP is going to be a seed for many new things to happen in SRM and in the entire country's educational space. And no doubt that SRM is a front runner and a leader in the education space and would take the challenges of redefining the Indian education sector, and we will try to implement and use all those reforms which have been highlighted in NEP 2020. SRMIST is a university which has completed 18 years of operation as a university or a deemed university. It boasts of good quality of faculty, staff and students. PhD guides and candidates are increasing. As a result, many new recognitions in research innovations or academic practices have recently been bestowed on us and are regularly falling in our lap. We have probably become number 9th in overall publications in this year in the country. There are many other things which are there, friends. I can go on talking about that, but some of the awards which are very distinct and distinguishable are like the Vishwakarma Award given by the AICT to our students just at the time of onset of COVID. It happened, which was for environmental cause, where our students had showcased something for the water conservation and water utilization. We have recently won the Software India Hackathon competition. Our student, Mr. Blessing George, and others and his team members have done that proud to us, and we have become the national winners for that. We have also done exceedingly well for the NIRF rankings in various disciplines. Particularly our dental has come number 9th in the country, and all others are more or less the status quo as was last year. We have also obtained this summer QS LEED certification. That LEED is basically we are now IT enabled or electronically enabled education service provider, and our competence has been assessed by the QS, and that certification has been given to us just a month back. The THE, the Times Higher Education Impact Ranking, has also been given to us in recent times, which is more about the sustainable development goals. And we were figuring in something like 4 or 5 categories where we have done well, and in 1 or 2 categories we were in top 50 or top 100 in the world also. We are also not resting ourselves on what we are getting, but we are preparing for another set of assessments with the National Board of Accreditation, which is equally important, as well as going for the QS subject rankings, which have been recently announced just 10-15 days back. They have announced a new scheme, and we'll subject all of us for those kind of things so that we are always ready for a better professional activity. All these good things obviously should result in an outcome which is measurable, and that outcome has been that last year alone, though the placements stopped somewhere in March, in reality, we have been able to place 8,600 plus students or offers, I can say, during 1 year. This probably is the record of all kinds, all types in any educational institution in any given year. So that distinction has been bestowed on us because of our good performance and the company supporting us. And there are many other things which we are starting in the academic domain, like programs with the TCS, and we are starting many other industry supported programs. Virtusa and others have come forward to support us. And then of course we have found new partners to do all that. And we are also starting many new computer related specializations, which the country is wanting, the ministers are saying, the Prime Minister is saying. Just about when I was about to start for this place, here for flag hosting, our Prime Minister was himself addressing us, talking about the new education policy in detail. And so is the importance of the education, so much is the importance of the newness in that. And we are ready to make country proud by doing all that good we can. So for doing all that, it's very important that we have support from people like you. Everyone who is sitting here is very important for us. Everyone who could not join us today because of the corona is equally important to us, and therefore on this occasion I would like to place on record my heartfelt appreciation for our leaders, particularly our chancellors, pro-chancellors and all other deans, directors, others, heads, for their visionary and unconditional support and guidance to SRM's growth. We would be failing in our duty if we do not recognize the own contributions of the internal drivers like our faculty members, who are our core strength. They are still working, though rest of the world may sleep, but they still have to teach our students through online methods. So our faculty, our staff and our students who have contributed their best to make everything happen, what I'm claiming today as the success of SRM. Friends, this year has been a very, very unusual year. Many of us know and we see in the media that we're talking about that this should get over very soon, whether it is 2020 or whether it is COVID. Yes, I'm trying to make a mention of COVID 19, of course, the onset happened in year 19, but it's impacting the year 2020 very much. And in this case, I would say, personally from my example, we are now realizing the meaning of freedom. Today we are all confined, we are all bound in our houses or in our small spaces, wherever we live or wherever we can work. And now we are realizing what is freedom. We cannot go to temples, we cannot go to public places, we cannot meet and greet friends, and nature has probably taught us something. And therefore, on this day of Independence Day, our freedom, I think it's once again time to relook at what freedom means to us, what freedom should be to us. Were we going on certain extremes when it came to freedom, or were we self-controlled in terms of what freedom should be to us? I think that's a message I would like to give, but on this occasion, I would like to record my appreciation and heartfelt thanks to the service providers, especially during the COVID times. And those are the people who have given the excellent services without any worry about their own life or their own condition or their likelihood of getting impacted by that. And indeed, some have been impacted because of that, but still, they have come with, you can say, full preparedness to help us. And those are our hospital, our care centers, our quarantine centers, our ambulances and drivers and other nurses accompanying them, the emergency services which are there, plenty in terms of cleanliness and disposals and foods and various other things. And of course, very categorically, our doctors, our nurses, our interns, our PG students, our paramedics, and all other supports. I thank them for their full cooperation, and I also would like to acknowledge the cooperation extended by the local administration to us and all the people who from our side have extended the cooperation to the local administration, because in this case of emergency of this nature, everyone has to come together and work, and that has been showcased. So it's not only that work which we have done and which we feel happy that, yeah, we have taken the care for the routine things which Corona required. SRM has gone a step ahead to make sure that we handle the situation of Corona more effectively. And I'm proud to tell you around 5 to 6 new softwares or applications, or as we call them, apps, have come because of our students' contribution. Some of them have gone to hackathons also. Some of them have been done by the partnership with the international agencies like UC Berkeley. In fact, one of the first one in US was developed by partnership from our students and their students. And therefore, some such tools have come, and those are typically for either checking or testing of the Corona, that you can do the self-test. For example, you can take your X-ray, chest X-ray, and then use certain tools built in that software to check whether you have potential Corona or not. Similarly, information and services about where are the hospitals, where are the beds, where are the capacities. Similarly, there are tools which were more telling you about where are the resources available if you want to buy food, where are you can order the foods which are there and which can be served to you, and all that. And then of course something on tracing and tracking. If you move and if you are Corona infected, people who came in contact with you can also be traced. These were something like 5 or 6 apps developed by us. I would like our faculty to share it as an information, as a compilation to all our stakeholders, so that we feel proud of that. That has made us realize our research potential very, very nicely, which is something very important. Not only that, we also done on the hardware side. That is, we have designed the masks, our students have done, our faculty have done, and our innovation center and fab lab, etc. have done. We have done the same thing with the sheets. We have done the same thing with the ventilators and supplied it to our own setup and to others also. And we have also done the swab collectors, which will collect the sample from your body or from your mouth for testing the Corona. All those things have also been done by our people by collaborating with others, not necessarily entirely ours, but we have taken some from the public domain and we have innovated and improved upon that. Those things have happened. So software and hardware, the technology part was done by us. We also done the donations. Right in the first 15 days, I think, we came out to donate 1 day salary from for the corona, fighting of the corona, and as a result, in the single shot, 1.15 crores was handed over to the government of Tamil Nadu, to the Chief Minister by our Chancellor sir, and later many other forms of donations have gone from our side whenever the district administration has told us about the food, about the supply of doctors and nurses and some support staff. Also, the hotel management and catering has been kind to supply food, and the canteens also to supply the food to the needy from time to time, and also hosting the doctors in our campus and maybe making them stay in our hotels and others. Lot about the awareness by small campaigns by NCC and NSS teams which are there. I think that Kala drink drive was also being done by our people in the food markets and vegetable markets in common public places. For months together they have ran such program. So I congratulate all of them for their services, selfless services I would say. The entire campus is also getting checked almost daily. Every morning a person will come to my home also and make sure that they will check, they'll tell our temperature, and they try to maintain the awareness and also the testing and checking as much as possible to make sure that we remain COVID free. We are doing a lot of testing, and now we have installed around 25 scanners, which are electronic scanners, which can scan the temperature very rapidly. If needed, record it also, and it can allow the inflow of hundreds and hundreds of people in an hour very easily, and that we have done. But we will probably add 25 more or 30 more or whatever required more once the students start coming in, so that every point we are able to check them, test them. The most important, of course, of all the efforts, probably many of you know, you have read about that in the newspaper. I need not say much because I am not an expert of the domain, but our effort for development of India's first corona vaccine. You probably know that we are one of the partners of the Bharat Biotech, a company which is developing India's first vaccine. We are one of the 10-12 organizations or the hospitals or institutions who are partnering them, and today we have around 100 volunteers who have vouched to get into the testing of this particular development of the corona vaccine, and we are in the stage 2 of testing. I can't predict how soon all the trials and testings will be completed, how soon it will come, but we feel proud that we are a stepping stone in that particular direction, in that journey where we are going to have the corona vaccine soon. So I feel proud of that. I congratulate and compliment my faculty that they could get into this kind of a frame. They got this opportunity and recognition to be a part of that, and I'm sure that they will come out with the flying colors with the success of development of the vaccine very, very early. And of course, we still have lots and lots of challenges to overcome. Corona is not yet over. Friends, there are lots of predictions, lots of challenges, but lots of uncertainties also. And therefore, the challenges which are before us are how to return to the normalcy, how to start the normal academic session, which all of you are trying, we are trying, and the students are dying for it. Every day there are mails and they are asking us, when is that going to happen? Our fingers are crossed, but we'll do our best to start it as early as possible. Challenges are there in the domains of hostels. How do they manage? How do they get the vacation of the hostel, because the earlier students will still have to vacate. The new have to come in, and reallocations and movement. How to trigger all that, because all the students are scattered. There are challenges which are there. There is no free movement within the hostel. But we will follow, that's the assurance we can give. We will follow all Government of India norms and all Government of Tamil Nadu norms and all strict norms as and when they are given to us in respect of dealing with the COVID. That's our promise, and that's what we have been doing at least for last 5 months. Today it's more or less 5 months, because on 15th of March typically we declared the institutional holiday for our students, and from 16th onwards we started taking big measures for dealing with the corona, if I'm not wrong. Maybe we started a little earlier, but from that time, publicly and openly, we started doing it. So, friends, I'll come to the final part of my address. I don't want to be too long here. So, for success in all our endeavors, we need proper planning, able team with right attitude and their zeal to excel, and most important is the adaptability. This is an attribute which we need to understand. We are now all getting adaptable. We had support of the staff to do our classes, do our labs, but today we have to do it from our home. We may not go to office, but we may still have to run the office. We may not have the support which we need to type something or send something, dispatch something. We may still have to do it from our home. I think the adaptability requires that even you may have to drive your vehicle and reach to your workplace if so required. You may have to work 24/7. Earlier you might be doing 8, 10, 12 hours, but today you may have to do that. I think that is what is needed, and your presence tells me that you are available for that. I would like to give a message and request that these are very important times when we need to be adaptable. One can always show a rule book saying this I cannot do, that I cannot do, but in these times everything has to be done. Even if you have to be playing a role of a soldier, warrior, I think you should be ready. I think that is the nature of the challenge sometimes we face. Corona has put us with that kind of a challenge, and we should be very adaptable. So this will be a significant multiplier in maintaining status quo or going forward. So please make sure that you enrich also yourself with the new vistas for betterment of society while taking advantage of all our academic and other offerings, as well as participating in several activities of your interest and works which are assigned to you. Sometimes these days the assignments will be very, very big. May I therefore humbly advise our young and aspirant students and also the faculty and staff to productively use these defining and wonderful times of the year to participate in various processes of societal improvement, societal benefit, and also educational learning processes very actively and regularly. The time is slightly in better control because you may not have to move from your houses regularly. You may not be shifting your role very quickly from one to another, and therefore possibly you can use your time efficiently and learn something new in your life so that you have another skill. We know that the financial burdens, the challenges which every organization in the country faces. So if you become multifaceted, if you become multitasking, if you can do multi-processing, it will be beneficial for you, it will be beneficial for the organization for you are working, in this case the SRM. I would want you to be ready to play any role given that opportunity. So finally, my dear colleagues, my dear students, friends and everyone present here, once again on this auspicious occasion of 74th Independence Day, I urge all members of SRM family to continue to work hard to help us to achieve our vision and mission. But we should keep improving and raising the stature of every stakeholder and of SRM Group further. Importantly, I am sure that with our collective efforts, we'll beat the challenge of COVID and come out with flying colors. However, till that time, keep safe, maintain your hygiene, keep social distancing, and practice all precautions as advised from time to time, either by the institution or by the society in local administration or nationally or globally. The charity begins at home. You don't have to wait for someone's instructions. The moment you feel something is required, make sure that you practice it and make sure that your family and friends, your near and dear, also practices that. So with these words, once again, I wish each one of you a very, very happy Independence Day, and also to all our fellow Indians and friends, and also people who are residing outside India, but they are from the heart and their origin are Indians. So on this day, on this occasion, may God bless us all to do all the good work which we need to do. Thank you, Namaskar and Jai Hind. Thank you.
May I still give away the memento to our honorable guest.
Sharga